hybridization. Okay, hybridization is one wonderful concept to explain the structures, bond energies and bond angles in the molecules. Hybridization means intermixing of atomic orbitals of nearly equal energy to form a new set of same number of identical orbitals. Linus Pauling explained this. According to him, intermixing of atomic orbitals of nearly equal energy to form a new set of same number of identical orbitals is known as hybridization. Intermixing of atomic orbitals of nearly equal energy to form a new set of same number of identical orbitals. Let's discuss this with a simple example. Let us see hybridization we are discussing. However, it is our classroom, let us say, and we wanted to paint our classroom. Okay, now for this each wall requires 1 liter. Okay, now I am taking a simple calculation. So each wall requires 1 liter of paint. You went outside, okay, now to buy the paints. One of our class team, they went outside, and total for this you need 6 liters of paint, but you didn't get 6 liters a single color. So you have different colors like pink, green, blue, orange, violet, different colors, red, different colors you brought. And after bringing all these colors, you started fighting because you wanted to paint the roof red color, but your friend wanted to make it orange. Someone wanted it green. So it was going on, the discussion was going on, and finally you came to one conclusion. Okay, now, and you know what conclusion it is. Okay, you brought a very big bowl, very big container, and pour all these 6 liters, 6 different colors into this, and you mixed it very properly. You are getting a new color which is not even available in the market. Okay, now uniform color. Now wherever you want to put, you can put the same color. This is hybridization. In chemistry, this is only hybridization. Hybridization means intermixing of atomic orbitals to give a new set of same number of, if you are taking 6 liters here, you are getting it exactly 6 liters, same number of equal energy, identical, same color orbitals. Okay, now same color paint as you are getting here, same energy orbitals you are going to get there. Okay, so like this you can explain in a simple way. The rules for hybridization are, first condition is nearly equal energy orbitals. Nearly equal energy means you can take 2s orbital, 2p orbital, fine. 3s, 3p, 3d also you can take, but you can't take 2s orbital with 5s orbital, 2s orbital with 3d orbital. This kind of hybridizations are not possible. So the orbitals must be nearly, and same number of orbitals should form. Okay, now if 2 orbitals are participating, 1 s orbital, 1 p orbitals are mixing, then again you need to get 2 orbitals, 2 new set of orbitals. Okay, now which we are going to call sp orbitals. If you are taking 3 orbitals, you will be getting 3 orbitals. So the number of orbitals formed after hybridization must be same as the number of orbitals are participating. Okay, that is the next one. And whatever the s orbital may be spherical, p orbital may be dumbbell, but the new orbital must have same shape. All the new orbitals must be same shape. For example, the shape is generally given like this, like a balloon. Okay, now a small, this is a small lobe and this is a big lobe. Okay, now hybridization symbol. This is a p orbital. It looks like p orbital, but in p orbital 2 lobes are same, but here this is small, like a balloon, knotted balloon. Okay, now. So this is one condition. Shapes of all orbitals, all hybridized orbitals must be same. This is another condition that you need to remember. Now the important point is, these orbitals are arranged so that the electron pairs present in them will experience minimum repulsions. So if two orbitals are there, they are arranged with 180 degrees of angle. If three orbitals are there, they will be arranged with 120 degrees. Okay, now show like this, small knots. Okay, so 120 degrees when three orbitals are there. If four orbitals are there, they will be arranged like this. This we call tetrahedral geometry, 109 degrees, 28 minutes. If five are there, okay, now you can say 1, 2, 3. One is above the plane, one is below the plane. Trigonal bipyramidal. If six are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, one above the plane, one below the plane. Octahedral. If seven are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pentagonal. One above the plane, one below the plane. Bipyramidal. Like this you can take. Okay. So same things, same like VSEPR theory, valence shell electron pair repulsion theory, no change is there. The only advantage of hybridization is you can explain the bond energies. Okay, now where we don't discuss any line in VSEPR theory, here you can say why the bond energies are same, because orbitals are going to intermix. Now s orbital, p orbital are not there. Okay, now both are becoming equal energy orbitals, so the bond energies are going to be same. To explain that particular point, hybridization is going to be very much useful. Types of hybridization. First type is sp hybridization. Sp hybridization is also called linear hybridization, or you can say collinear hybridization also generally we mention. Linear is enough. Okay, now instead of this you use linear hybridization or sp hybridization because the geometry is going to be linear. See, this is one s orbital, spherical. This is a p orbital, dumbbell. When these two orbitals are joining, you are going to get a new set of two orbitals. Each orbital is called sp. Both orbitals are called sp orbitals. Between them, the angle will be 180 degrees. S orbital with lower energy, p orbital with higher energy. When they are joining, they are giving you a new set of equal energy, two orbitals, each mentioned as sp orbital. Okay, sp orbitals between them 180 degrees and they are arranged in the linear form. With one simple example we'll discuss it again. Okay, now in complete detail we will discuss how it is going to be happening. The best example is BeCl2, beryllium chloride. In beryllium chloride, the central atom is beryllium, which is lesser in number is called central atom. Okay, now you need to write all these examples in the same way. Beryllium chloride, the central atom is beryllium. Okay, beryllium atomic number is 4. Electronic configuration is helium 2s2 2p0. 2s2 2 electrons, 2p no electrons. This is called ground state electronic configuration. One electron from s orbital will jump into p orbitals due to the collisions between the molecules, or you say atoms, and electron is jumping here. This is called excited state. You are not giving any energy for this. This is happening within the molecular collisions and all. So one s orbital and one p orbital. Now these two orbitals are intermixing, completely mixing with each other, and they are forming two sp hybridized orbitals. In the excited state, you say in the excited state 1, in the first excited state, two orbitals are intermixing and they are forming sp hybridized orbitals. So if this is beryllium atom, one orbital, this is second orbital. Okay, each orbital is having one electron here. Now we need about chlorine. Chlorine I am mentioning here. Chlorine atomic number is 17. Neon 3s2 3p5. 3s2 is a pair of electrons. 3p5 means there are two pairs and one unpaired electron. Chlorine, there is one unpaired electron in the p orbital. Chlorine, there is one unpaired electron in the p orbital. That unpaired electron is going to join with this orbital. This is beryllium. It is going to form a bond here. It is going to form one more bond here. Between them, the angle is exactly 180 degrees. If you are not getting in my drawing, okay, you have to consider that is 180 degrees. See, hybridization here is sp. This data you need to write. That gives you the complete idea. Hybridization is sp. State. In which state it is happening of the central atom? It is ground state, not in ground state, but in the first excited state. So you say state is first excited state. First excited state. Hybridization is sp. Excited state is first. Bond angle, BA I am writing bond angle. Bond angle is going to be 180 degrees. 180 degrees bond angle is there. How many bonds are formed? 2 bonds are formed. 2 sigma bonds are formed. What type of sigma bonds these are? This is sp orbital. This is also sp orbital. And chlorine's orbital is p orbital. This is chlorine atom. It is also p orbital. So this overlapping is called sp-p overlapping. Sp orbital of beryllium, p orbital of chlorine. So this overlapping is called spp overlapping. Sigma spp overlapping means sp orbital of beryllium, p orbital of chlorine. So 2 sigma spp overlappings are there, which are causing 2 sigma bonds. On beryllium, no lone pairs are there. No lone pairs. Central atom only we are mentioning, not chlorine. Chlorine will be having lone pairs. We don't require chlorine. We are discussing about beryllium. Okay. So hybridization, state, bond angle, what type of nature of overlapping, lone pairs, and geometry. Geometry is going to be linear. This is about beryllium chloride. In beryllium chloride, the central atom is beryllium, whose atomic number is 4. Electronic configuration is helium 2s2 2p0. 2s2, it's a pair of electrons. 2 in the ground state, there are no unpaired electrons. In the excited state, the electron jumps into p orbital, where 2 unpaired electrons are there. Now, these 2 orbitals are undergoing hybridization. There is no rule that only unpaired electrons should undergo hybridization. Orbital may be vacant, orbital may be with lone pairs, or orbital may be completely with unpaired electrons. That's depending on the molecule. So here it is sp hybridization, 1, 2 orbitals. From this side, 1 p orbital of chlorine. This side another p orbital of chlorine they are forming, and it is going to be a linear molecule with this data.